Mentioned before, you got your drink.
Don't want to do this.
Tenerife, adelante, nuestra noble tradición tienes que defender, porque lleva tu bandera.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of That Tenerife podcast. It's most probably going to be the last one for 2020. Didn't have to travel far for this one, to be honest with you, because you're actually finding me in my front garden. I know I like a lot of noise and going on in the background, normally because it's a working bar, but in this one, I think if you're going to hear any background noise, it's going to be because I've got a dog as well, and he's just running around like an idiot. The reason why I'm in my front garden doing this one is because the person I've decided to have a chat with is none other than Shelley, who's also, as some of you that might be aware, is actually my girlfriend as well. So I've been toying whether to do this one or not for a long time, and I think the time has come maybe to have a chat with her and find out what it is for her in Tenerife. I know Shelley used to live here previously, and she's moved over. So this should be quite an interesting one actually. She's just finished her 2:00 afternoon show, where she goes Facebook Live on a Sunday afternoon. And it's I think it's going to be fun and interesting to find out what happens here. So stick with us, see what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I think it's down that side now. Like and subscribe because that's important. You're getting more notifications if we do any more. And enjoy this one. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers. This is funny. Right, as mentioned before in our introduction, I've got Shelley. Hi, Pet. How you doing?
Hi.
All right, how's it going?
This is weird, by
This
the
is
way.
really weird. You've just come off your 2:00 show.
Yeah,
Just
your
gone
hair's
live.
not right, look. What are you doing to me? I can't
you
even
can-
do it like that because it's cockeyed.
Your voice has gone back up a high again.
It's because it's wrong.
Just chill. Have your gin. You've got your gin. You've got your gin. Let's adjust the camera so you can see. You've got your gin there. There you
Don't
go.
put it down.
Oh, sorry.
Like sing a belly then.
Keep it that way. We are in our front garden. The reason we're in the front garden, the street is still up, is because we've not actually been bothered enough to actually pack the gear down just yet.
Not yet.
You got your glasses on like a diva.
Because my eyes are streaming with
Oh
the
yeah,
sun.
of course. Look at that. It's like superstar. Don't do that.
Don't
Stan.
break them. You bought them.
I know. Have you actually been following any of the Tenerife vlogcasts?
I'm allowed. Yes, I've been following them.
You've been following them?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got a bit of an idea what it's about.
Yes.
You know what we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe we're ready to go and an aircraft's coming over already. This is what happens. It's like recording on state in our front garden. We're up near the airport. I'm not going to say exactly where we are.
Stop.
We've got things to get. I'll be back with you in 1 second, just after this aircraft has gone over, and then we'll start, eh? So you ready to start? So the aircraft has just gone over, and we're back again. That's what's going to happen quite a bit today, I think. We're back in, as I said, I'm chatting with Shelley. I'm chatting with my lass at the moment. You've just done your 2:00 show. How'd it go? Good. You enjoy it?
Had a good show, yeah.
Yeah?
Really good show.
It's the final one before Christmas.
This is weird. This is very weird.
It's great, isn't it?
Very weird, this.
Final one before Christmas.
Final one before Christmas.
Tell me about your Sunday shows. What was happening on the Sunday shows? When did this all start?
We've gone live since the beginning of March, since lockdown.
Yeah?
Every Sunday, 2:00, all the way through lockdown, for just trying to keep people's morale up, really.
And that was on the Facebook page?
Yeah, Facebook page, Shelley UK Vocalist.
Okay. And we started that in March.
Yeah.
And it was more also to keep people's morale. It was almost for us ourselves as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
It was for our own sanity, not just everybody else's from there as well. Yeah.
It's going down very quick. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird.
And how have you found? I mean, look, do a reflection on the year that you've just done with the Sundays. You know, how have you found the Sundays? Look, we may as well talk about that straight away. If you look at,
I love Sundays.
Yeah.
I love Sundays. It's like it's a day where, for years and years and years since I've ever been a singer, that I've always worked a Sunday, and to come here and then to get locked down and not be able to go out to do well. My first thought was, it wasn't panic, oh my God, I'm going to get COVID. It was, oh my God, how am I going to sing?
Yeah.
I can't not sing.
Uh-huh.
And I'll go insane. The longest I haven't sang for it is like probably a week, 10 days. And that was because I was ill. I even sing on holiday. So the idea of being locked down initially for 2 weeks, that was still a bit, am I going to sing?
Yeah.
So now when you look back at it, it's a bit ridiculous because it's now this far, March to December.
What's happened now is people are actually expecting to see you now at 2:00 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You've actually nailed your time. 2:00 on a Sunday is your time.
Yeah.
and people expect it, and when you're not there and you've not done it, I mean, obviously next Sunday I don't think you're going to do it. You're going to be there next Sunday or not?
I don't know. Going to try to be there, but because obviously with everything that's going on and it's Christmas and hopefully, yeah, it should be all right.
Cool. That's
hopefully.
Good. All right. So you're all right, yeah? You calmed down yet? You just can't get calm with this idea with it.
I don't like this. I'm in mind control. I don't like it.
It's like, what is going on?
Getting very high again.
What we're going to do is, what I want to do, your career spans 30 years. But for Tenerife, it also spans...
Started when I was 6.
There you go. You see. But also, Tenerife spans a lot of years as well.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is going to start literally from the start of Tenerife, when you first came onto the island.
Okay.
And what year was... Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have a quick break, because I'm just going to check the sounds on this one before we come back to it. But that's where we're going to start from there. So get your brain thinking. Have a bit more gin. Relax and see what you think about it. And then we'll come back and we'll see how that one works, okay? So we'll start from there. Another aircraft has gone over. It's incredible. I mean, the place the island's supposed to be locked down, but there's aircraft coming in left, right and centre. Do I call you Shelley or do I call you Joe?
That's weird, though, because he calls me Shelley, but then he also calls me Joe, so it's confusing everybody. I answered anything, you know that.
I think what it comes down to whether you're in working mode or not, and I need to speak to you.
Whether I've got big curly hair
that's it,
or straight hair.
When you've Shelleyed yourself up and everything. That's
my alter ego, apparently.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, go and get your Shelley on. It started, Tenerife started for you. What year was that? When
I first came to Tenerife? What, on holiday?
No, when you first came here to live.
I came in 1993.
Right. To live?
Yeah, and I came for a year.
Right, okay.
Then I went back to the UK after the year because I was pregnant with my son.
Right. Calvin?
Calvin.
Your son? I bet he's watching this.
And then I was back in the UK until 2000.
Okay. Came
back to live in 2000 for a year to see how it went and stayed 8.
So from 2000 to 2008, you were over here in Tenerife.
Yeah.
You were gigging.
Yeah.
You were working the circuit.
Yeah.
You were living, I mean, at the moment near the airport, but where were you living?
I was in the opposite direction. I started off here, up next to the airport for a year, and then went down to Kayosavaki.
Oh yeah, you lived in Amaria.
Yeah, I lived in
Amaria.
Golf,
Yeah. How long were you there for? Just a year?
Just a year. Just over a year, I think it was. And then went down to Kayosavaki, which is like same distance past Las Americas again.
Yeah. And then you just went from from Kayosavaki into Las Americas?
Yeah, every night to work, yeah.
Gig around there?
Yeah.
And how many gigs a night were you doing?
When I first arrived, in 2000, everybody had this idea that, I think it was the Millennium Fever that got everybody so everybody's going, oh, well, we're leaving, we are getting in 2000, it's a big year. And so the amount of people, the new singers that arrived on the island was like phenomenal. And everybody, and there were so many from the northeast that came. There's a big north,
I've heard there's a big northeast contingency.
Yeah. And in 2000 there was so many people now, even that you speak to them, they came in 2000.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, the moons collided or something, I've no idea, but everybody came in 2000, a lot did.
Yeah.
So that's the year we came.
And then you left the island in 2000
2008.
2008 that you left the island?
Yeah.
And then obviously from 2008, well, there's obviously somewhere involved in there is The Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're going to talk about with...
No, that was later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was so between then and now, so where we're at now, that's going to be The Voice from there. What year was The Voice?
2013.
So 2013 is The Voice. You also... Here's the thing for you. The Voice was with Maxine Jack, yeah?
Yeah.
And you still speak with Maxine?
Yeah, Maxine used to live in Tenerife as well.
I know you still speak. Look at me, I'm feeding you. No, but she used to live over here as well?
Yeah, we were both here for... she moved in 2000 as well.
Were you a duo over here?
Yeah, briefly. Because you didn't really have duos here. You had an odd band here and there, like, I mean, really, really few and far between.
Yeah.
And the duos, because bars wouldn't really pay the money for two people, and we were both solo singers, and we both needed to make the money to make the ends meet as, normal people. We weren't rich people.
Yeah.
I'm still not. But, so yeah, we got together because we were best friends. We had a natural connection, and we got together, and so we did odd gigs here because people kept saying, why are you not working together?
Right.
So, and it was only towards the end that we probably did, I don't know, we probably were together for the last 6 months or something, on and off.
Right, and then obviously The Voice came along in 2013.
Yeah.
And I saw that. Do you remember that? Yeah. The first time we met, I asked you what you did for a living. You went, I'm a singer. And I went, you any good? And then she showed me. That's all
No,
I
I
did.
didn't. I didn't.
No, I went looking. No, I didn't. All right.
No, I didn't. I said to him, well, and then he was like, well, have you been on the telly? And I was like, yeah, I've been on the telly. And then that's when you looked.
That's where he came out and I looked, and
Yeah.
there was like 1 million hits on The Voice or something like that. I was like, yeah, you're not bad then, are you? You're not bad. How did that feel?
It was amazing. It's amazing. Oh, come on, it's like it was just it's phenomenal. You know,
Was it a great ride?
A phenomenal ride.
Yeah.
I mean, a breathtaking ride, absolutely. But I couldn't to do it with your best friend and experience it with your sidekick, you know, your best mate. It made it all better.
Yeah, I've
Really did.
I've questioned you many times about that, and I've heard many stories about that.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had a really, really good time with it.
Yeah, awesome time.
That's for sure. You went partying with Tom.
Yes, we went out.
You can say it now. It's like 7 years
we're
later.
We're allowed out now. Yeah, we had to arrive at this place in, I think it was Covent Garden, and you were told to arrive, and like everybody that was on Team Tom, and you had to arrive from the hotel to this place, and you couldn't arrive in a group because underneath they were filming The Agenda, I think it's called, some news programme, and it was a private party, a private members club, and a lot of press was knocking about outside, so... Which, for somebody who, you know what I mean, you've just been told you're on The Voice and you're meeting Tom Jones for the first time, and it's like, you're shaking. You're absolutely shaking, and you're walking down the street. And
I thought you were going to swear then.
and you have press conferences, you have press briefings with your press officer, if you like, where they try and educate you with regards to how the press go on and how people try to lure you into these situations to get information of who's actually on your team. As if it was a big thing for us, but apparently they sell these stories, and that means it's leaked before it comes out, and it's a big
Bit of
thing.
sensationalism in the papers.
Yeah,
and stuff
absolutely.
like that,
So
and the
you're
local
walking
rights.
down the street and you're paranoid that everybody's looking at you, you know. But in the same respect, it's like, oh my god, I'm nearly famous. You know, it's like, oh, we nearly made it. Me and Maxine were just honestly, it was
a good ride.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
And then when was the band already going from there? Because you were 10 years in a rock band, weren't you? As well?
Yeah. The band was going then.
And the band was called
The Brigade.
I know what it's called, but I'm just doing it for them again. I know, but it's called The Brigade, yeah.
The Brigade, yeah.
And it was. I mean, I've seen the band about maybe 4 or 5 times, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. I mean, they were brilliant.
It's weird because because the band was a rock band, it was a soft rock band.
You're a rock chick, Pet.
I'm rock chick. Don't be. It's not always this nice. Yeah, so it was called Brigade, and it was we travelled up and down, and because we were a rock band, and me and Maxine were a 6-piece live, and me and Maxine fronted it. So it's completely different music to what we were actually singing.
Back in the UK?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Completely different music than what we were singing. But we were also working as a duo alongside midweek and things alongside the band. So that's why that came about. It was just one of those things, and me and Maxine used to party a lot. We were a bit of party animals.
I've heard all about you, Maxine.
We partied a lot. And then one night I said, I've applied for The Voice, and she was like, no. I was like, yeah. So the next thing, the laugh was, when it came through, the audition, we were partying again the night before, and we had to go to Scotland for the audition. And I'm going, you know what it is? I really don't want to drive to Glasgow tomorrow to do this audition. And she's going, come on. I'm going,
So she dragged you?
yeah, she did.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. I didn't really want to go. And I was typical Maxine, come on! It's your fault.
There you go. So if you're watching, Maxine, it's down to you that it happened from there. Brilliant. I finally managed it. I'm recording, by the way, Maxine, so please do not swear. I finally managed to get the duo back together. I've got Diva back together. Look at this. How's it fit? Hold on, let me turn my chair around.
We're used to that, mate.
Hi, Max. How you doing? You all right?
Hello, yes, I'm good, thanks, Rick.
Where are you, Pat?
Shell?
Where are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm currently at home.
And where's home?
Home is Stirling.
Stirling. Up in
Stirling, the gateway to the Highlands.
the gateway to the Highlands. And what's the weather like in Stirling?
Just sitting in sunshine.
Is it not like this?
Pitch dark.
Is it not pitch dark?
Oh,
is it?
that looks exactly like my back garden.
I can't keep my hand still. This is weird.
Do you want me to
And
take?
about me.
I've got you, Max. I've got you, pet. 2 seconds. Oh, there you go. I've got
I'm on
you.
the screen as
Oh,
well.
that's a
Look
better
at
one.
that. You're on the screen as well, my love.
That's a bit weird looking at myself. I've actually got myself on my screen as well.
Look at it, you see.
Good's that?
2013 was the time of The Voice, and that was when, obviously, when Jessie J and Tom turned for you both. How was it for you? Joe's already told me. Shelley's already, I'm going to call you Shelley again. She's already told me. How was it for you, Max?
Oh, I don't. Well, it's a few years ago now, but at the time it was just like I can always remember when, because we were singing a flow song, obviously, you know, everybody a bit of choreography or something like that, but
yeah,
we didn't really, because it was just a bit of turning and turning, and I remember turning, and the crowd let out this big roar, and my eyes were speaking to Shelley's eyes. My eyes were saying, "We must be really good." And her eyes were saying back to me, "I know."
Oh my God!
Oh my God! But it was at that point that we both turned round, and that's when Jessie J had turned round.
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other again and went, "What's this? Oh my God!"
It was like, ah! At the same time I'm singing, Telly! Ah!
It was. I always remember walking on stage as well, and Shelley mentioned that the walkthrough that we'd done before we actually went for the live, for the audition, there was someone standing at the top of the stairs, but this time when they were going for the live, there was no one at the top of the stairs, so I literally fell onto Shelley, and she sort of...
Yeah, she pushed me out onto the stage.
Well, did you?
Literally fell. She's going, I saw it. And she shoved me like that and shoved me out onto the top of the stage. And I'm like, and I fell forward, looked up and went, oh my God. I'm like, nothing.
I think, Shell, I think my words were, Shell, I'm compelled. I think compelled.
It was so typical of Maxine, so typical for something like that to happen. But it was the funniest thing. But I looked up and everybody, there was like, it was silence. Wasn't it? Just silence, apart from me and you fumbling and falling onto this stage. I was like, but they cut it all out, didn't they? So you couldn't see it.
And it was just like, we just sort of looked at each other and went, right, here goes.
Yeah.
And as we walked in the stair,
hanging onto each other in case you fell in them stupid shoes.
Listen, I'll have you know that those very shoes I still have because I've got the outfit that I had because I cuddled Tom Jones in that outfit.
And you're not getting rid of it after you cuddle Tom Jones now?
No. But walking on the stage, all you could hear was your footsteps and your heartbeat. It was just...
Yeah, that's what it was, wasn't it?
It was mental. And then, of course, Jessie comes in. We're like, oh my God, heart was racing even further. And then just to push us both over the edge, Tom turned. And that was it. It was just like, oh my God.
That's incredible.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
It seems really surreal now, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Hey,
phenomenal.
Me and you coupled Tom Jones at the same time.
I know. Sandwich and Tom Jones.
It's brilliant. Max, listen, thank you for sharing that with us, and it's just nice for you to see you two guys reminiscing about it. Can we get a quick duet now from you both? Are you there? Look at that. It's brilliant. Max, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to let you get back to your to whatever you're up to. Yeah.
All right, no. I was just going to say that before any time that Shelley and I sing, I remember when we went in the audition, the first audition, and we had a wee mini disc player to make sure that we started in the right key, didn't we?
That was a good job, wasn't it?
Well, if you start too high, well, that's me. I'm gone.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was a great time. It's certainly it's something that, and I'm sure Shelley will agree with us. It will never leave you.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Drinking champagne with Tom Jones and amazing, just absolutely amazing. Also,
It's amazing to see your faces light up when you talk about it as well. It really, really is. Maxine, I'm going to leave it there, but thank you very much, Di. Thanks for joining us as well.
Love you,
And we'll
lads.
see you soon.
Okay, like.
Cheers,
okay,
mate.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
It's class, isn't it? It's so funny. I wanted to start there just so people are aware, really, that you lived in Tenerife for how many years before you came over this time round?
1 year, then 8.
1 year, then 8, so 9 years, and then you've also had 10 years as a rock band.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been a singer all your life. That's everything that happened. Okay, when did you actually get? This is called That Tenerife Vlogcast.
Yeah.
So it's all about Tenerife. When did Tenerife come back into your arena again?
Oh, when I met you.
Oh,
bitch.
baby! When did what happened there? Because you obviously talk to me about that. Come on, talk to me.
Ah, this is about you.
No, it's not about me in the slightest.
We met online, and when Rick was in the UK, because although he's from Manchester, he used to live in the northeast.
I did.
And then both gone through marriage breakdowns, and we
Separations. Yeah.
met. Yeah, and we met. And when we first met, he just said that it's a funny thing is because I'm moving to Tenerife, and then it's like, well, I used to live in Tenerife.
That was your next. I used to live there.
I used to live there. And then he says, well, I used to live there. And then it turned out the two of us were like the same person that would be there at exactly the same time. But then we ended up moving back. We knew a lot of the same people, and then we ended up.
The paths over the years of us both with it. My experience with Tenerife was probably since I was 16. Yours has been obviously since what you've just said, but the paths crossing all the time through has just been a bit ridiculous. It's been a bit silly.
Yeah.
That was what was.
It's a little bizarre the amount of people that we both have come across and know,
Uh-huh.
and yet we never met.
Yeah. And, leading separate lives all the way along it. But what was funny for me, though, now is we're in 2020. It's December. I don't even know what the date is at the moment. Let's have a quick look. We are on the 20th of December, 5 days before Christmas. 2019 is really... We met just at the end of 2018. But explain 2019 then. What happened for that, for yourself?
Well, you moved here.
Mm-hmm.
The end of 2018. And then I was already coming on holiday by myself. But then we actually were on the same flight when you moved.
Yeah.
So then I had a week here with you.
God bless Ryanair. God bless Ryanair.
Absolutely. And then we had that week together. And then from that time, it just kind of... I knew straight away that I didn't want to be away from you, and how much I loved the island still. So...
I think the thing I was trying to lead to was the fact of your work schedule that you've had in 2019.
Yeah, well, that was because at that point my idea was the only way that I could have you and have the best of both worlds is I had to really work hard at that, and then so the only way I could do it was because bless Ryanair and the cheap flights, they did really well, because as soon as Ryanair. If I didn't have Ryanair with the cheap flights, then it wouldn't have been possible to do it, because I used to fly here on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes via Malaga, not even with Ryanair.
Yeah.
And it used to take
Belfast.
me 12 hours. Yeah, Belfast, right?
Belfast one a couple of times.
12 hours to get here on a Monday, but I would never work on a Monday. I would never work with a band Monday to Thursday. So I used to fly here, see you, and then work on a Wednesday to try and work one gig on a Wednesday here to try and pay for the flights, to cover the flights, so it wasn't costing me anything. Then I used to fly back on a Friday, and then quite often gig with a band on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It was
and then get
incredible.
back
Back
on Monday.
So it's like you used to fly over on a Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday was a bit of a relaxing day, but you managed to get a couple of gigs for like maybe Wednesday and a Thursday to pay for the flights that you were doing.
9 times out of 10, it was just a Wednesday, wasn't it? To cover
It was
because
the
the flights were really, really cheap then.
They were like
at one
30
point.
quid a time, weren't they?
Yeah,
40
it was
quid a time.
it was costing me more to get to the airport. It would cost you more in the airport to get a taxi to the airport than it would do to get on a plane.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was only paying $16.99 for a flight with Ryanair, £27, you know.
But then you landed back in Newcastle on the Friday to get picked up to go straight to your
Yeah,
gigs.
that
As a
was
rock
hard
band
work.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Yeah.
then come back on the Monday again.
Yeah, it was hard work. If I landed on the Friday, then I had to be local, because there's no way I could, because we worked down in Yorkshire, so we travelled a lot as well.
Yeah.
So I had to travel. So if we were local on the Friday, then it was fine. I could fly back in on the Friday. If not, then I couldn't really come that week. So I had to be working in the northeast.
But what was actually, the strangest thing about it is what you were doing there really was just to pay for the flights.
Yeah.
Because people got to see you and got to remember who Shelley was as well and your voice, you actually got yourself nominated again.
Yeah, that was weird.
For the Tenerife Entertainment Awards. You had become as nomination as Best Female Vocalist.
Because I'd done it for a whole year, so people that were seeing me here presumed that I was back.
Yeah, they didn't realise that you actually...
Yeah, this is because it was people in the UK that couldn't understand why they would look on my Facebook page and realise that I was in Tenerife, and it was very confusing.
Yeah.
It was very tiring.
But you've already won the Best Female Vocalist once before.
Yeah, 2006 was the first year that...
2006?
Yeah. I know, I don't look how old, do I?
No, not in the slightest.
I don't look how old. It was the first year Tenerife Entertainment Awards kind of got put back on the map. Because they'd stopped it for a long time, and then they thought, right, come on, let's do something. Because it's a great thing for the community. The entertainment community, the Tenerife Entertainment Awards. Because everybody wants to go and see, they go, have you seen so-and-so? Have you seen so-and-so? And you go, well, no, because... they work at the same time I work, so you don't get to see them,
Yeah.
So on that day, that's a day where everybody comes together, and you cannot see entertainment anywhere on the island. It's so hard because everybody's at this big party.
Well, your nomination, that was the first time I've ever went to the Tenerife Entertainment Awards.
Yeah,
and that was the day. Yeah, that was a bit different that day because I turned up there. I'm just a normal Joe. I always say I'm just a normal Joe. I turned up there. Hopefully, I think I was smartly dressed. Didn't realise what you were going to be dressed like.
Wait, Sid?
Well, Winnie Mandela springs to mind. That's definitely true. It was amazing.
I like get dressed up.
You definitely made an entrance on that one. That was for sure for me. It was
Get
like
away.
literally, it was one of those. I looked at it, it was like, what is brilliant?
No, what is that? That's not very nice.
Brilliant. It was amazing. You looked fantastic.
No, as beautiful as the word you're looking for.
That's the word I was definitely looking for.
But
you looked amazing, honestly. But it was one of those things. It was like that's when I really got the idea of the full grasp of this is your. I call it your persona, Shelley.
Yeah.
Because I know Shelley is Joe, but this is the full persona of Shelley, of what it was, the stage, your leopard skin cardigans.
It's a full-length leopard skin jacket, by the way. It's beautiful.
But it was that was one of the most. It was an amazing day. It was an absolutely fantastic day.
It's a great day out.
Yeah.
It is a really good day out. Doesn't matter if you win, lose, get nominated or not. It's just a great day out.
Wow, it was good fun. And that was when was that? What day was that? It was October or something. No?
Yeah, October 13th normally. It's held around that date. I think it was October 13th it was.
And that was up at the castle in Aldea Blanca.
And San Miguel.
Oh, brilliant! That was. It seems so long ago.
I know. I know. It's the madness that's happened after that, wasn't it?
Absolutely ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. So you got the dog. Right, so anyway, welcome back. We've just gone through 2019 and how you've managed to pay
the rent.
The bonuses for... 2019, that's not the case,
Oh, no, yeah, sorry, that's 2019.
That's 2020. 2019, you've managed to pay the bonuses for Ryanair stuff. That's what I was going to say. If they did air miles, you'd have been in Australia by now.
I'd have been well in, wouldn't I?
That's the truth about it. Then we had Christmas. We went back to the UK for Christmas.
Sorry.
We had Christmas back in the UK. Calvin's got his relationship with beautiful Rachel.
Yeah.
My kids, Megan and Alice, were there as well. So we had a great Christmas down there. And then you took the decision to come and move over. So you dismantled the band.
Actually, did you not just ask me to come over? And you went, don't leave me anymore, just stay. Is that not what you just said? You'd had a lot of drink.
That's not how the story goes.
That was how the story went, don't you, honestly?
But you decided to dismantle a band or a business that you've had for 10 years.
Business is what it was. It's a business. People don't understand that a band's a business. Mm-hmm. And it's an income, It's a proper business. You have employees, and it was a good business. So it was really difficult because it takes a long, long time to put a band together that you have 4 people that work really well together. Mm-hmm. It's because you're in. It's not like it's not like a shop or anything like that. You're in a van.
You've got the dog. Yeah, we'll come to the dog in a second.
You're in a van for for 2 hours. Going to a gig, 2 hours coming back from a gig, and you have to get on because if you don't get on, then you have major problems because they end up killing each other in the van. So after 10 years, it was like it was great. I had some great lads who worked for us. I loved them to bits, and it took me a long time to get it where I wanted it to be.
Yeah. With
regards to the lads that I wanted to work with. Don't get me wrong. I try to get girls to work with.
Yeah.
But there just don't seem to be as many.
Right.
So I ended up with men.
So you finished the band and the business. You closed the business really in essence.
Yeah.
And then you came
New
over.
Year's Eve last year.
New Year's Eve was the last gig, wasn't it? Last year.
God.
And
Yeah.
then then you moved over to Tenerife permanently.
Yeah.
January the
3rd.
January the 3rd. Glad you remembered. I forgot. I thought it was the 4th. But January the 3rd.
Major time in our relationship for kids.
And it was for you then to try and get yourself set up again as an artist, a solo artist in Tenerife.
Yeah.
And we'd already discussed it, the hours that we thought that you were going to do. Is it going to be the weekends off? Because I work Monday to Friday, or I did work Monday to Friday at the time, so it's having the weekends off. So you set yourself a timetable, to get yourself set up on that. And how did that go? Yeah,
it takes a long time to get work here and get the work where you want it to be. It's like a timetable, like a school timetable. You would do, like you do maths every Monday at 10 o'clock. It's like here, you would do one bar at 10 o'clock, obviously on a night. 10 o'clock every week, that will be your gig. So I needed to get the gigs and the right place in the right timetable between the slots of Monday and Thursday, because I wanted Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So I had the ability to fly back to the UK to see my family as much as I was because of my brother.
Yeah.
So he's disabled, and I wanted to be able to fly back.
If he's watching, hi Tony.
I wanted to be able.
Was that man Rick?
Man Rick, yeah.
That's me, man Rick.
So that I could fly back anytime I wanted, and not to disrupt the work here.
Did you get that?
It took me from January until 2 weeks before lockdown.
So you got everything in place.
Everything in place.
And you're all rocking.
And I'm like, that's it, I've done it. So hard to do.
You're like, all this, I've done it.
It's so hard to do because everybody wants that Saturday and everybody wants that. You could only have one gig a week, and then somebody will ring you and go, can I have that date? You go, well, it's only one gig in a week you have. They go, oh, well, that's it. So that's what makes it hard. So, yeah.
And then the lockdown came.
Lockdown came and that was it.
The lockdown came and that was it. The doors were shut.
Sayonara gigs. That's what it was.
The bars were closed.
Yeah.
And it's, I think we'll talk about that one in a second, because I think your glass needs replenishing first. I'll go and do my job. I'll go and do what I normally do. I'll see you in a minute. That's yours, as promised. Got the dog lying down next to me. You got me well trained. Oh,
it's not that
Oh,
much.
no, that's right. I've got to open it as well.
I can't do that with him.
There you go. That's for you.
Thank you.
Charles.
Cheers.
So we're up to 2 weeks before COVID.
Yeah, and we had all the gigs sorted, and then it all went wrong.
Aye, and
apparently for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was going to be shut down for 2 weeks. Remember that? Everybody, people living in Tenerife, we're going to go close for 2 weeks. Bars are going to shut for 2 weeks. What a joke that was going to be. That was March.
Yeah, but can you remember when you said, I can't stay in for 2 weeks?
I don't sit still very well.
After 2 months, it was like, I'm kind of getting used to this. We had a laugh.
We had a good lockdown. We had fun in the lockdown.
We had the best time.
We had a busy lockdown, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we never stopped.
I think the Sunday afternoon show that you used to do, and then the quiz that I used to do on a Wednesday.
Yeah, just a lot of time.
Kept us very, very busy all the way through. The start of a new relationship as well. That was permanently living together.
Yeah, that was a bit scary.
That was a bit of a different one. We'd already moved on to the golf. We'd already living by the airport by then, and it was we were lucky, I think, with the floor space that we've got. Obviously, I mean, it's nothing lavish, but we've got a nice big front garden, big back terrace, so you could move around at each other when you needed that space.
Yeah,
which tended to work as well. You used to go live on a Sunday. That's when you first started it. What was the biggest reach that you actually got on a Sunday? Do you remember that?
That was I Dreamed a Dream, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when you actually, we'll talk about the set, but when you're actually going live on a Sunday.
Oh, I think it was like 360 odd or something like that.
At that time, you had 360
live.
Yeah, 360 people on live.
It hits like, it was ridiculous amounts. I mean, every week, it got to one point where every Sunday it was hitting like 12, 15, 20,000 every week, and it was like, we had no idea why. And then one week it went to 3,000. Yeah, everybody. Then one week it went down to 3,000. We're like, what have we done? Where's the rest of the people gone?
It turned out that your lockdown, if the people in the UK's lockdown had finished or something like that, and they went out. But that was bizarre to think that the reach from 300 people watching it.
That's mad, isn't it?
They get a reach down to about 12 to 15,000, and then we did our dream. You did our Dream to Dream.
Yeah.
Well, that was me.
No, well, you did a Dream to Dream. I just sang it. And that was, I sang that was just a CD recording.
The lockdown finished. Oh, not well, just finished. It was nearly finished. We were allowed out early in the morning, so I actually went out with just my telephone. And I was filming the golf when it was just really, really quiet and there was nobody still here. Nobody really got used to the fact of going outside. So I was out about 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and the sun was just coming up. And it was beautiful. And we put I put "I Dreamed a Dream," which was off your CD, which is the Les Miserables song.
Yeah.
And I put that on Facebook, and that was just that was just stupid. I mean, that 25,000 or something.
I remember you waking me up and going, "Come and have a look at this," and you'd made the video and put the song to it, and then watching it, and it was so poignant, and it kind of brought it all home with the fact that, because I'd never really been out, I'd been up to the supermarket and back, and then that was it, because you're not allowed to go out unless you're exercising. So I mean, I went to Mercantile, let's just say, right, and then so to look at it and to actually see what I remembered was, where all the entertainment was, and how it was hustle and bustle, and to watch this, and it was just, everything was shut, and it was dead. The life had gone out of the place. And that's what it was, and it was, and the song, and I dreamed a dream of time gone by, and then everything just being empty, and there's no cars on the road, and everything's closed, and I just looked at it, and I thought, this is just, and I burst into tears, and I'm like, can't believe what I'm seeing, because it was just, it kind of smacks you in the face of the reality, how big it was at that point. We kind of lived through it, and we were having a laugh, and yeah, we were enjoying ourselves, but
absolutely,
it was still, all of a sudden, it was like, I forgot about this,
For the people who are maybe YouTube savvy or not YouTube savvy, what I'll do is underneath this, I'll put the link on there for that one as well. Because I do think, again, I thought it was...
It's eerie.
I put something together, it was just like... Eerie. I put something together, it was like, wow, even it took me back a little bit.
It was
just
beautiful.
It was a weird thing to see.
Not because I was singing it or you were recording it, but it was one of those things where it was just eerie, because you could see there was no life there anymore. No. That's what it was.
But I thought it was most probably on the verge of like the going back onto the upward turn of actually getting life back, which obviously clearly isn't at this moment in time.
Yeah.
What about 6 Feet Apart?
Oh, that was nice. We did that with Joe.
Joe Cassidy. Joe Cassidy. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
That was explain a little bit about that. Where's the song 6 Feet Apart from?
6 Feet Apart during lockdown. You're in the house. You've got nothing else to do, and let's face it, like the rest of the world. It can't just be us. We stayed in, we ate a lot, we drank ridiculous amounts, too much.
Diet starts January.
Size 10 in March.
Diet starts.
In my head. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You said you're not 10?
I know! I wear 12.
There's a song there somewhere.
So, everybody we just ate and drank. And we listened to music. We didn't watch the TV, because we did find that the UK news was just depressing, and every time we turned the TV on, it was just depression, and we weren't about that, so we just put the music on, and we found this singer from country singer called Lou Coombs.
He was brilliant,
absolutely amazing
young
singer.
Kid,
yeah, he's only really, yeah, and he sang this song called 6 Feet Apart, and he released it probably halfway through, I would have said, just before halfway through.
It was to do with the fact 6 feet apart is actually a 2 metre distance of the social distancing that you do. So that one day there'll be a time when we're not 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and that's what it was about, and I can't wait to meet you in the cinema, and I can't wait to hug you, and I can't wait. Still now, I can't wait to sit around the table with my family and not be 6 feet apart. We
wouldn't be right on the golf if we didn't stop talking at this moment in time. Because once again, another aircraft comes over. We're so used to it, we just go,
"What is Ryanair?"
It's always the same as the aircraft's coming.
So you see, Tenerife isn't closed.
Yeah,
Ryanair's still flying. Jet2 is still flying. So come to Tenerife. We're not that shut.
So we got this song 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
We then asked Joe Cassidy.
Yeah.
From Sam Blash, who's a great musician.
Yeah.
To do the guitar. I don't know if they call it guitar. I don't know what it's called. Just the music.
The acoustic guitar.
The acoustic guitar. Yeah. And then you sang on top.
Because I couldn't find the track for it, and I thought it would be so nice to have it laid, because he couldn't get into a studio and record it, so he just played the guitar and sang it acoustically. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have somebody else to do that? So through the internet, Joe recorded it, then sent it back to us, and then in the house I recorded it here, she recorded hers there, and we kind of put it together, and it's lovely. It's a nice song.
We asked everybody to send their pictures in.
Yeah, that was sweet.
We asked pictures of what were you doing in lockdown, and we said, look, just all our friends and people that we knew, and obviously we were hitting 12,000 people on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So we said, look, send us a photograph of what you're up to, and we had people from Denmark, from Germany, from the UK,
Canada,
and they were sending in pictures. And we put a montage together of these pictures of people.
Sweet.
And
that was another one. You watch it and you're like, people who just wanted pictures of the grandkids.
Yeah.
That were on there, and it was like, it was tear-jerking, it really was.
But it's one of those things for me, I think, again, is if you can make people look at something and see it and enjoy it and make something good out of a bad situation.
Absolutely.
I think that's what we try to do, and that's what you try. And obviously then, because it almost merges then from what your lockdown was to what our lockdown was.
Yeah.
And then became a little bit more from there. And then I think that's a great time to finish it, because I think I deserve a beer myself now after that one. But, I know. I'm back off to the fridge, people. Back in a minute. She's really struggling. As I said before, and most of the time the conversations happen on previous ones as well, in between the filming.
Yes, weird this, man. It's weird.
It's on about 3 gins.
I'm like, how long am I going to go on? Like, how long have I done about 3 gins?
That voice is going up again.
I'm sorry.
There's the falsetto. There's the falsetto.
He's weeping.
So you ready for Christmas?
Yes, Pet! I'm ready for Christmas. You better be ready for Christmas.
What you got me?
All sorts.
What you got me?
Oh, a lot of things. New Shelley B outfit.
We're not even discussing Shelley B. What do you think? Where do you see 2021 going?
Oh my God! It can only get better, can't it?
Well,
it can only get better.
Have you had a good 2020?
Do you know what? I'm fortunate to be able to turn around and say 2020 has been amazing for me. Do you know? And I feel really bad. I feel really bad saying it.
No.
Because so many people have had the most horrific year of their lives. Do you know? And it's like, but it's the same, regardless whether COVID, somebody somewhere is having the most horrific year of their life.
Yeah.
And somebody somewhere is having the best time of their life. And this year for me has been, unfortunately, sorry to say it, is one of the best years I've ever had in my life.
You shouldn't feel sorry, but you shouldn't feel unfortunate.
I feel
about
bad because people are struggling, left, right, and centre. And don't get me wrong, we've struggled, but
yeah, there's no adverts on this yet. You know what I mean? We're not hit the dizzy heights.
No, but that's it. You know what it is. But it's the fact that we're two very positive people, and we always try to make the best of a bad situation, and that's what makes us work.
Aye, without a shadow of a doubt.
That's what makes us work.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Do you think the island's going to recover?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I think people will always want a holiday. I think they'll always... Tenerife is such especially a winter destination, because why would you want to go to Spain when it's freezing?
Yeah.
When you could always come to the Canaries, So it's summer, winter, it will always be the best place to come.
For the residents on the island, what have you got planned coming up?
So we've got I keep saying we because this
head of marketing.
Head of marketing IT. Never thought I was going to have one. My IT manager. CD's available via Rick. New Year's Day we've got a big show. We thought, because of all the crap that's going on, we don't know. They changed the rules day to day, week to week.
Yeah.
With regards to the statistics of the virus. So we didn't want to take a chance on New Year's Eve, and so we didn't go mental.
We took a gamble on New Year's Eve being destroyed the way they destroyed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that's what we did, and I think it worked.
Yeah, I don't, it is, some people, and I think over the course of the year, there's not many people got it in them. People are yawning by 10:30. Yeah. And so people have this idea, even now, we were allowed to be out and party New Year's Eve. It's like, really, have you got it in you?
Well, no.
So we thought, well, let's do New Year's Day, because in the northeast, New Year's Day is massive. I've always worked New Year's Eve, and it was like, well, if I can have New Year's Day off, that's great. So then we used to go out and party New Year's Day afternoon. So we've got a show together at the waterfall on the golf.
Tina at the waterfall.
Tina at the waterfall on the golf.
Thank you.
We have 3 acts on. We have a 3-course meal on.
Tell me the acts.
The act, Stacey Lou, starting the day.
Yeah, but okay. Let's go Spencer Robson first, yeah?
Spencer Robson.
Spencer Robson, who works cruise ships.
Yeah. You
Joe.
won't really see him anywhere else knocking about in that many places on the Gulf. He's not an act like you would see on a regular basis.
Well, he's got a phenomenal voice.
He's got a tremendous voice. Listen, you don't get onto cruise ships if you can't sing.
Really?
Yeah. They don't have anybody willy-nilly, you know. You've got to be able to have a talent to get on a cruise ship.
Wow, okay. But why I'm excited about that is what you said. I was here yesterday when Stacey Lou turned up yesterday.
Yeah.
So what's because this is going to be great.
Yeah, so, me and Stace. Stacey, for me, is a great singer. She's just got that. She's has an abundance of talent.
Yeah.
That's just waiting to go boom. You know, she just wants it all polishing up, and we're going to do a few songs together, and we're going to see.
I think it's going to be brilliant. A couple of the songs that you two are going to do together.
See if we can and get a bit of. See if we can get a bit of magic. Do you know? You don't often see it. And I'm like, let's have a little bit of a change, you know? I'm also singing with Spencer.
Yeah.
So the show's going to be a bit different from... It's not your normal run-of-the-mill show.
That's good. So it's that's New Year's Day down at the waterfall.
New Year's Day down at the waterfall, 2 o'clock.
2
if you
o'clock.
want tickets. Post the link.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, there was only, 15 tickets left?
Yeah, there's not many left at this
Not
moment.
a lot left.
There's not many to go. And then 2021, when you roll into 2021... What do you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know, we're just going to carry on, and we just got to work where we work and do the odd gigs that come in, and do you know what? We'll still be here 2 o'clock on a Sunday.
2 o'clock on a Sunday.
Still having a laugh.
On Facebook, are we with you, Jim?
With me, Jim, and with you and your ridiculousness.
Oh, it's a bit stupid. Is there anything you want to say to the people that have watched you over the last year?
Yeah, thank you so much for making us laugh, for making us cry, for making us enjoy our life, and thanks for being part of it, because it's been amazing. It really has, though, hasn't it?
It's been alright, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And now we've finished. Is that alright? Are you okay now?
It's a bit weird, though, isn't it? It's a bit weird when you're off interviewing you. It's a bit weird.
In my eyes...
I'm in charge now.
I'm going to pause on that. I've got a plane coming over. I'm going to finish that off in a second.
That's a surprise.
I'm recording.
I'll see. Oops.
I just want to say for the that Tenerife vlogcast, for myself, thank you very much for everybody that's been tuning in, watching, subscribing, liking. I wanted to finish 2020 with seeing somebody, if I could speak to somebody who in my eyes is most probably the best vocalist on the island in my eyes. They weren't available, so I managed to get... No. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe from what I hear and what I see, you are by far, for me, the best vocalist I've seen on the island.
Say that other one, yeah.
Well, she cooks me tea.
I'm not going to watch this close.
What? She cooks me tea. That's about it. We'll stop there.
Right.
From that Tenerife vlogcast, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I wish you a Happy New Year. Once again, please don't forget to subscribe and like it, and I'll see you all back in 2021. All right? Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Have a nice one. Bye.
Adelante, nuestra noble tradición tienes que defender.